Hi YouTube, welcome back to another channel. I just got up. It's like bright and early in the morning here. Forgive the wet hair, I just got out of a shower. And I got a message from both my breeder and from Reptile Express stating that Nova's on her way. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already know this. This video is going to be going up the day that I get her. I'm going to do it in a couple different parts. But I just kind of wanted to make a before video, kind of telling you different things about shipping a snake. If you've never shipped a snake before and you're in the market to get a snake and there's nobody around you and you want to ship in from a breeder from elsewhere. So this is just going to kind of be a little tutorial type thing on that. For the most part, the breeder does everything. So the breeder will book the shipping company and all of that. Personally, for me, different companies might work it different ways. But for me personally, I had to pay the shipping company directly. And then they do the rest. So they send all the box and the containers for the snake and everything to the breeder. The breeder packs up the snake and then the company picks it up from the breeder and ships it out. So for me, I'm going into my nearest city to the FedEx building, and that's where I'm going to be picking up Nova. So that's just kind of like a step-by-step process of how it's done. And so yeah, I got the notification. I now have the FedEx app on my phone, currently of which I'm filming on, so I can't show you. But I got the FedEx app, and so I'm tracking her process as she's on the road. Currently, as of the recording of this video, she has not left the breeders yet. It's in the morning here, probably around 10 o'clock-ish, and she's probably going to be leaving sometime this afternoon from the breeder. My breeder, Chris, he was amazing. He keeps me in the loop, which is awesome. I love him. He's going to be sending me a message as soon as she's picked up so that I know that she's then on the road, and I can start tracking her through the app. But yeah, so that's kind of the tutorial of how to ship a snake. Really, the owner doesn't do much. It's all on the shipping company and the breeder, which is just kind of amazing for me because I don't really have to worry about that. I just have to be there to pick her up at the correct time. But also, what do you take when getting a snake? So some places that are eligible for overnight shipping, you can have the snake shipped right to your door. And that would be amazing. Unfortunately, I live in the middle of nowhere and we don't have overnight shipping here. So I have to go to the facility to pick her up. And to do that, I'm going to need some things with me. So I'm not sure what she's coming in, whether she will come in a little deli cup or whether she will come in a bag. So she comes in a little deli cup. I'm taking with me an extractor knife so that they tape it closed so she can't push the lid open, so that I can cut the tape easily to pop off the lid to get her out. If she comes in a bag, there's two different types of bags. There's one bag that has its own ties that they just tie in a knot so that she can't get out. And then there's another type that they use zip ties at the top to close the bag. It doesn't have its own ties. So if it has zip ties, that could be interesting to get into. So I'm taking some wire cutters. I am prepared. After she comes out, she's probably going to be a bit chilly. It's not that cold here. It's like just the beginning of fall here, so we're still like in the low 20s, high teens here. But she's going to be in a box for several hours on the road. So, you know, depending on what the heat pack does and stuff like that. Normally the heat packs are still kind of warm, which is nice. but sometimes the snake themselves are a little bit chilly. So I don't want to put her back in the box for the hour or so trip home. So because it'll be chilly in the box, so I want her to start kind of getting warmer a bit before I put her in here with an actual heat system. Um, so I'm going to be taking one of my other bags for my other snakes. So I have this bag. Now, don't go looking online for this bag because you're not going to find it. This was handcrafted for me. I will leave the link to the Facebook page of the lady that made this for me. She's actually she makes stuff for sugar gliders. So she makes toys and pouches and all that for the sugar gliders, but she also does custom work. So this is one of her custom creations for me. I told her what I was looking for, and she made this for me. So I'll leave her Facebook in the description below if you want to go check her out. But essentially this bag is like a little purse. It has a pocket on the back here that you can unzip and store things in, like your phone or whatever you want to zip up in there. It has this flap on the top. So my main purpose with this was sometimes when I take my snakes to different locations and stuff, like with my educational program, I end up having to stop at a grocery store, or I have to go into a restaurant to eat or something like that. And I'm the type of person that I will not leave my animals in the vehicle. I don't care what time of year it is. I don't care if the door is locked. I will not leave my animals in the vehicle. I just don't trust it, and that's just not for me. So I needed something that I could put my snakes in, that I could take them into a restaurant or a store or whatever, and nobody would know that I had them. I'm sneaky. So this was my creation. So it has this flap over the top, and if you have this flap down, nobody's gonna know that you have a snake in here. They're just gonna think it's a really cool purse. But when you flip the flap over, it has this mesh part here that allows airflow, and the snake can see out through the mesh. And then it has a zippered opening at the top. So when you open this up, it's like fluffy and fuzzy fleece inside, so it's nice and soft, nice and warm. And yeah, as you can see through the mesh. You can kind of see that. You can see through the mesh. And it's very deep. Like, it's a good size. Like, my largest corn snake can fit in here quite nicely, and she has plenty of room to move around. When the ball python is full grown, obviously she's not going to fit in there. I'm going to have to figure out a different thing for her. I have an idea, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm taking this bag with me so that when I get her out of the box, I can put her in here on the way home so she can start warming up, and yet she's still all contained and cozy in here and won't get any more stressed than she likely will already be. So those are the 3 things I'm taking with me. Oh, I'm also taking my ID. Obviously, some people don't think about this. If you have to pick it up at the FedEx facility, take some ID, because you have to prove that you're you, or else they're not going to give you your package. So I'll be taking my ID with me. But other than that, I think that's pretty much all I'm taking with me. It's all you really need. If you're having your snake shipped to you at home, just have, these 2 things handy somewhere in your house, just in case you have to try and struggle to get into them, because especially with a bag can be a nightmare to try and get into without tools. So yeah, just have that. But that's my intro to this video. It is currently Tuesday, and she will be leaving within a few hours here from the breeder. She'll be traveling overnight, and then I pick her up tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned. I'm going to skip now here to my unboxing portion of this video to welcome little Nova into the home. So here we go. Okay guys, it's the next day, so it's Wednesday afternoon here now. I got the notification that Nova actually got into the FedEx building in my closest city at like 8 o'clock this morning. I was not expecting it that soon. The shipping actually said that she was going to be arriving anywhere between noon and 3 p.m. So we're way ahead of schedule, but hey, I'm not complaining. So I have her with me now, and she is just the most beautiful snake I've ever seen. She's a little bit afraid, so if she goes to strike at me during this video, don't worry about it. She's just a little nervous, just a little. For those that don't know, ball pythons get their name because when they're scared, they tend to curl up in a tight little ball and have their heads tucked under to protect themselves. And when I first got her, that's what she was doing. She was in a ball and she was protecting herself. But within like 5 minutes, she was out moving around, exploring, looking at different things and all of that. So she actually came out of that quite quickly, which I'm actually kind of shocked about, but happy at the same time. So here we go. I have taken her out of the box because, like I said, I had to drive an hour to go and get her, and I just wanted to open her right away just to make sure that she was okay and that she wasn't too cold and all that fun stuff. She was a little chilly, but not on the bad side or anything. She warmed up quite quickly in the sunshine. So she is out of the box, but I'm gonna kind of talk you through how she came. Kind of a unboxing video to say. So this is the box she came in. So as you can see, it says live animals on that side. This is this side up so they don't twist her and turn her. This little red sticker says please keep warm. On the side here, Reptile Express's logo, urgent. Again, this one says please keep warm. This one says live harmless reptile. Again, on this side up, live harmless reptile, live animals, please keep warm. So like it is marked to the wazoo that there is something alive in this box, which I really like. On the top here, it was just the shipping label that was on there. So anyway, that was how she came. When you opened up the box, it was just this white styrofoam to keep her secure. So normally if you were shipping in colder temperatures, on the underside of this white styrofoam, there would be a heat pack. It is not cold here right now. Like I said earlier in the video, we're at the very, very beginning of fall here. It's like 22 degrees Celsius here today, so it's not cold. So there's no heat pack in this one. She'd just be too hot if that was the case. So inside the box, it's just, so this was the shipping label that was on top of the box. And then it was a whole bunch of newspaper just patting her in. Whole bunch of newspaper. And then inside there's paper towel right here to squish her in so she doesn't shift around inside the box. And in this container is what she came in. So it's just a little deli cup. It had all this tape to tape it down so she couldn't push the lid off and get out. It has some paper towel inside so that she could like curl into that and kind of hide if she wanted to. So yeah, that's the deli cup that she came in. Okay, that was her container. So that's all there is to shipping a snake. It's just all in that container and away we go. So as I said earlier in this video, I did take my, I don't know where she is. Oh, she's down there. Okay. I did take my bag with me to put her in. I held her for a few minutes when I first got her just because she was kind of chilly. So I wanted to start warming her up a bit. So I held her in my hand so she'd get the heat of my hand. And I was sitting in the sunshine in the vehicle. So I did that and she warmed up really well. And she started moving around and checking things out and stuff like that. So then after that, I put her in the bag just to kind of chill, and that's where she's been ever since. So I have her tank out here. I pulled it out, the lid's off. So as soon as I'm done this video, she's going to go into her enclosure, and that's where she will stay for the next week. This is going to be so hard not to mess with her and hold her and look in on her and do all that, but I'm going to do it. She's going to be in there for the next week. And then next Thursday, this is Wednesday, next Thursday, I will feed her, and hopefully she will eat. And if she eats, then she's good to go. So let's hope for that. Fingers crossed. I will update you on that on my Instagram page. So please follow me on Instagram if you haven't, to get any of the little tidbits. All right, so now is the time that you've all been waiting for, I hope. Now I'm going to get her out, and I'm going to show her to you before she goes into her enclosure. So she's very skittish right now, which, like, she's only just over a month old. So give me a moment here to get her out, and I will show you to her. Okay guys, this is baby Nova. She's kind of in a ball right now, but not quite all the way. There's her little head. That's her coloring. This is little baby Nova, just over a month old. So this little girl eventually is going to get like 6 feet, just about. She's part of a bloodline that is right from the wilds of Africa. Years ago, my breeder got a male and a female from the wilds of Africa. There, it's not bad to take them out of the wild because they can get overpopulated. So they took them out of the wild, and so he had a male and a female, and over the years he's kept breeding back into that bloodline. So normally ball pythons will grow anywhere between 4 and 5 feet. She is most likely going to get 6 feet. Both her mother and her father are just shy of 6 feet. So yeah, we're going to see how big she grows over the years. But that is baby Nova. Welcome home, little girl. And we're going to get her set up in her tank and leave her alone for a week so she can settle in. And then we're going to feed her. And if she eats, I will then start handling her and getting her used to people and different situations slowly. Not all right away, just slowly. And eventually, when she's old enough and big enough and calm enough, she will be joining my educational program, where I take my snakes to different places like libraries, schools, birthday parties, and all that fun stuff to educate people on snakes and reptiles in general. So that is going to be the plan. But for now, this is little baby Nova. Thank you for watching the video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter for updates on this little girl. Eventually I will have another video on her. She will show up on YouTube again. But most of the time her updates are going to be on my Instagram. So right now she just has to settle in. So that's Nova. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. From a few minutes in the future here, don't know if you guys can see her, but she's actually right at the back wall there exploring her enclosure. So when I first put her in, she went into this hide right here, and this isn't like 10 minutes, and now she's out exploring her new digs. So this is awesome to see. She's so curious. So curious. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. However, I do have a reason for coming from the future here. I just wanted to let you guys know that I did weigh and measure her before I put her in her enclosure. Just, I'm going to be keeping a record. So there's one thing that I found in the ball python world is that not many people have kept records right from when they're like babies to full grown adults. You know, how often they ate, what was the size of the prey, what was the snake's weight, what was the length of the snake, how often did it shed, you know, all that. So I actually made myself up a little sheet here, and I'm going to be keeping tabs on it. And so I can just share it with Ball Python World later on. So today is September the 8th, and so obviously this is her first day home. She is 83.8 grams. So just a tiny little baby. Oh my gosh, it's hard to believe that she's going to get over like 1,500 plus grams by the time she's like full grown. This is going to be awesome to see her grow. And she is 17.9 inches. So just over a foot, and doing good. So that, I just wanted to kind of pop in and tell you guys that. So